Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Entertainment News on Channels Television. Now let's shift our attention to the Republic of Chad, where Aunties band channels gender violence into songs. Details now.
A crowd of hundreds smiled and swayed to the music of Les Aunties, a local band of 8 survivors of gender-based violence who have transcended their past through the power of music. The performance, more than just a prelude to their first regional tour, culminated in a symbolic act, members standing together, fists raised, signaling for the emancipation of Africa's women.
When I joined the musical group Les Aunties, I learned a lot about life. Now, because of our past and our experiences, we try to advise the younger generation. We advise them to be exemplary young people for society and to avoid a life of debauchery. We advise young girls to focus on their studies and work hard for their future, and not to rush into marriage unless they're sure of their social and economic situation. This is the raison d'etre of the musical group Les Aunties.
Formed with support from Chadian-Canadian electronic music star Afrotronics in February, the group has evolved into a movement of women advocating for women's financial and emotional independence in Central Africa. Their songs weave tales of adversity and empowerment, channeling their often harrowing personal stories through the use of both traditional instruments like hollowed-out gourds and modern digital instruments like keyboards and drum pads. Naringa, currently locked in a legal battle for custody over her children with a man who abused her, said that joining the music group has helped her overcome her trauma and find healing in music.
I used to be my husband's first wife, and we lived in perfect harmony. But then he married 4 other women, and we were 5 wives in total. That's when the misunderstanding started, and everything I did for my home made him nervous. He created problems for me and beat me daily. And when my first child was 6 months old, my husband broke my arm, and I managed to look after my baby with one arm. Being part of Les Aunties really saved me, healed me psychologically, and gave me a new perspective on life. I was able to move beyond my worries and my painful past, and I hope to be able to raise my children better thanks to joining the Aunties group.
Beyond music, a foundation formed around the group trains both its members and other women in various financial literacy tools, in hopes of promoting financial self-sufficiency for Chad's women. They stress the importance of personal identity documents and bank accounts for women to achieve economic autonomy.
Aujourd'hui, elles ont tendance à balayer tout ce qui était comme tragique dans leur vie.
Today, they tend to brush aside everything that was tragic in their lives, to put it in the past, and instead be people who no longer present themselves as victims, but rather as role models, people who have broken through the barriers of violence.
C'est les barrières de la violence.
Les Aunties are preparing to release their debut album, a reflection of their resilience and a call for women's empowerment. The first single, Clanga, is a protest against the mistreatment and subjugation of women in domestic roles. It highlights the hardships and abuse faced by a clanga, roughly translated to domestic wife, from their native Sara language. Questioning the traditional concept of marriage in Chad.